Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Jazzy here, health fitness specialist with Exos at Autodesk. And today is going to be our afternoon stretch break. So we are going to be on the ground today. So we can go ahead and make our way to the floor. And we're going to be in my favorite, in the shin box position. So that's how we're going to start off today, working on some hip mobility here. And at any point in time, if you have something that you really need stretched out today, go ahead and drop that in the chat and I'll be sure to incorporate some stretches for you there. So starting off in the shin box, so we have one leg in front. So right now my left leg is in front, my right leg is behind, 90-degree angles in both the knees and the hips. And we want to try and make sure we can stand up as straight as we can, trying to get both of our glutes touching the ground. So the first thing we're going to do is some rotation. So sitting here statically, we're opening up the hips, but we're going to work on our spine for a few exercises. So we're going to start with our arms straight out to the side, and we're going to bend forward, but hinging at the hip, and then we're going to sit straight up and rotate, opening towards the back leg. Trying to open up as far as you can before coming back to center. And we want to make sure that both our knees and our feet are on the ground. Trying to use that spine to rotate, opening up as far as we can while sitting up as tall as we can. So really trying to keep that chest open, keeping both of our legs on the ground here. Great job, everyone. I know this can be a little tough. I know this is my tight side. My right hip is not very flexible. We're going to go ahead and do one more now, bending forward, using that core, keeping everything nice and tight, really opening up as far as we can, and back to center. Awesome. So we'll stay on this side so we don't have to flip back and forth. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the same arm of the leg that's in front. So my left leg is in front. I'm planting my left leg, my left arm off to the side. And we're going to do a couple reach throughs here. So we're going to take that opposite arm. We're going to reach in between the hand and the body as far as we can. And then come back to that starting position. So we're bending, reaching through. You might feel some cracks in your back. Don't worry, unless it's associated with pain, that is totally okay. I know my back always cracks on this side and it feels very good. Releasing some pressure here, getting some movement we don't normally get. We're going to go ahead and do one more here, wherever you were at, reaching as far as you can and returning to center. And from here, we will flip over to the other side. So if you can do that without having to move or plant your hands, go ahead and do that. If you want to just flip over, you know, it's a good opener, but I'll go ahead and scooch you too so we can be in a good visual standing here. So from here, we're going to start with the same thing. So we want to make sure that our knees are both touching the ground, arms straight out to the side, and we're going to bend forward. And then open up towards that back leg. So keeping both the knees on the ground as we rotate. And forward. Keeping that core nice and tight. Really opening up as far as we can. Generally don't do enough twisting in our day, so it's really good to get some rotation going through the spine, breaking up our day. We've been sitting down for a long time today. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and do one more each way, wherever you are at today. Wonderful. So now we're going to do the second exercise. We're placing our hand off to the side. So if your right leg is in front, your right arm is next to you. And we're going to take that left arm. We're going to reach through as far as we can and return to that center position. So we're reaching, feeling our spine, getting some opposite rotation from what we were just doing. So we're rotating to one side, now we're going to the other side. Actively reaching as far as we can while keeping our knees planted on the ground. Make sure we're using our torso to twist and not our legs. And wherever you're at, we're going to do one more. Awesome. So from here, we're going to go ahead and go on our hands and our knees. And we're going to continue this theme of working our spine and stretching our upper back. So we're going to go ahead and do some reach throughs here. So, or thread the needle, as I like to call it. So I'm going to start with my right arm, my right hand. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to thread it in between my left arm and my left leg. And we're going to add a little bit to this stretch. So I'm going to go ahead and take my left arm and we're going to cross it, bring it across our back and kind of let our hand rest in that right hip. And this is going to help open up our chest a little bit more. So just getting a little bit of an extra twist in there while we're stretching out our upper back. And if we focus on breathing into the chest here, it's really going to help us open up our arms, open up that back, which can get really tight from sitting at our desks and typing and sitting in meetings and all the other things we do every day while we are working. So it's going to give us a nice counterbalance stretch to our daily position. Let's go ahead and take one more big inhale. And a nice long, slow exhale. We'll return that left hand back to the ground and then come back up for our right hand. And we will move to the other side. So I will still face this way. So now you guys will be able to see what I'm doing with my other arm. So take my left hand, threading the needle through the right arm and the right leg. Taking my right hand, crossing it back behind my body and letting that, my hand be right next to my hip of the left side. My right hand is by my left hip. Again, breathing nice and deep into the chest here. We want to push our hand into the ground, pull away with the upper back. We should feel that stretch in our back right under the shoulder blades, and then we should feel a nice stretch going through our chest. And let's do one more big inhale. And a nice long, slow exhale. We're going to go ahead and place that right hand to the ground. And return our left hand where it was before. And we're going to now move to a kneeling position. So we'll be kneeling on the ground with our heels touching our glutes here. And we're going to do a nice chest opening stretch. I love this stretch. So we're going to take our hands, we're going to interlace them behind our back. And we're going to take those knuckles and push them towards the ground. So we want to bring the knuckles towards the heels. Chin is going to be looking up. You're going to shift your gaze towards the ceiling or the sky if you were outside doing this, which if you are, I'm very jealous. It looks like a very nice day outside my window. And we're going to take nice, big, deep inhales into the chest, really feeling that opening up our chest, opening up our shoulders. I know I trained shoulders this morning, so this feels very nice right now on my shoulders. And again, we tend to be in the hunched over position at our computers for the majority of the day. So again, a nice counterbalance to that movement that our bodies naturally want to make. So our bodies like to take the path of least resistance. So sometimes we have to force our bodies into uncomfortable positions that we're not used to in order to train the body to maybe not be tight in certain areas and to be stronger in other. And from here, on our next exhale, we're going to go ahead and go into a forward fold. So we're bringing our head towards the ground, and our hands are going to keep your fingers intertwined here. And we're now pushing the hands, the knuckles towards the ceiling. So this is just an extra way to get some more opening movements in the chest. Open the chest a little bit more. And on your next exhale, you can let those hands fall to the ground, hands next to the heels. We're going to let those arms get really heavy. So this will help relax our back, relax our neck. With each exhale, let those arms fall even further into the ground. Nice big deep inhales. And exhaling a little bit longer than we are inhaling. Feeling that body calm down. Really getting ready. Nice and relaxed in our back and our spine, and our neck and our shoulders, in order to get ready for the rest of our work days. Let's go ahead and take one more big inhale. And a nice, long, slow exhale. We can make our way back to that quadruped position, and from there we can either make our way to standing or seated. But that is going to conclude today's afternoon stretch break. I hope we all feel nice and refreshed, ready to go for the rest of the day. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. I love to have people to stretch with. It always makes it so much better. Don't forget, we still do have our Strava challenge happening for the rest of this week. So you can join that on our Excel sheet. And all you have to do is complete 5 out of 8 exercises. And we are giving a nice discount to Hyperice for those who do complete our Strava challenge. We also, as part of our Strava challenge, we do have the Design to Run 5K happening through Saturday of this week. So go ahead and join that, get out there and get running. And tomorrow we have Workout Wednesday boot camp with Luis at 12, and then another stretch break at 3 with Brittany. So we look forward to seeing everyone at those two. They're always very nice stretch breaks, and Luis always makes us do lots of push-ups. So get your arms ready for tomorrow. And I hope everyone has a great rest of the day.